This afternoon, Inside Seychelles has taken a little trip to the British High Commission. We wanted to find out all about the phenomenon that has been, for the past couple of months, sweeping across Seychelles with the great battle for the crown. So, Jeff, thank you for inviting us, and
Well,
tell us how this came about.
well, first of all, thank you, and thank you to Inside Seychelles for all your support in helping to promote the battle for the crown. We're so excited about the public reaction to this, and to answer your question, it came about through a number of different ideas that all seemed to kind of blend into what became this music competition. I was very lucky to see Tanya perform at her 10-year anniversary performance. Andrea, who's one of our hosts and our executive producer, had this idea that we should do a battle for the bands in Seychelles. We started out with the idea of maybe doing a public concert with some British music and some local artists. And then we invited Tanya and Isham, who we work with really closely on other events through the British High Commission, to see whether they could come in and be partners with us. And I think it was Isham's idea that we should make this into a TV show and invite people to perform, to compete, and ultimately to win a prize to perform in the UK. So we're really happy.
And the response, and just that, I mean, I've been amazed by how great all the singers are. You had a great response, didn't you?
I was surprised as well. I knew there was talent out there. I mean, I've seen local artists perform a number of gigs. I've been to Say Reggae. I've been to, like I said, Tanya's performance. I've been to the music awards. So I knew there was talent, but I was surprised as well. I mean, the level of talent that entered the competition, that then made it through to the first round. At the beginning, we weren't sure whether we would start with maybe 10 performers. In the end, we ended up with 18 because they were just so good. We couldn't decide who not to let through. Yeah. And of those 18, I just think every single one of them is great. And some of them are absolutely phenomenal.
So the show's been on SBC over the past couple of weeks. From the initial songs and the initial sort of introducing the artists, you've then whittled them down over the weeks, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you're on the judging panel. Is it tough?
It's really hard. Yeah. It's really hard. And we don't always agree 100%. That's why I think one of the really nice bits about the show is the battles. Yeah. So what happens at the end of each episode is that we end up with a battle between two contestants. I hope people saw last week's battle where and we decided to create a duo instead of eliminating either Shane or Michaela, and I think that was a great choice because they were so good together. So yeah, it's been really hard. Yeah. It's actually, we know how much this means to all of the contestants, and to have to decide not to go with someone through to the final is tough. Yeah. But many of them are still incredibly young and they have big careers ahead of them.
And the support that they've had during this time as well, from bringing in the judges and having brought kind of professional singers in. Yeah. Do you think they've learned a lot from the experience as well?
I've seen a number of them really grow into their performances. I think the exciting journeys of some of the artists from their first song in the audition, where maybe it wasn't their strongest performance, and then as they've been challenged, as we've asked them to narrow the choices of songs that they can do. So for example, last episode was the Beatles, so they had to sing the Beatles. That took some people out of their comfort zone, and some of them really rose to that challenge. And this week we've been really happy because Josh Daniel arrived in Seychelles on Sunday, And he's been in the studio mentoring not just those who've made it through to the final, but also every single contestant has had some time with Josh.
Yeah.
They've been able to perform privately in front of him, and he's been able to give them some feedback. And he's been really excited as well by just how good, even some of the ones who haven't necessarily made it through to the final, he said, there's real potential there. So I think it's great. You see their stage presence is growing, their comfort in front of the camera is growing. It's going to be so interesting to see them perform on Saturday night in front of a live audience.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what's going to happen.
So tell us about that. I mean, this is the final is going to be a live final with an audience, as you said. How have you been preparing for that?
Well, they've been rehearsing for about a month. So they've had to, it's a more difficult challenge because they're each going to perform twice.
Right.
So it's not just one song. We've given them a bit more freedom in terms of what songs they choose. And so I'm excited to see that. They've been working with the choreographers. They've been working on their stage presence. And they've been thinking also because they're going to be performing with a live band as well.
Oh.
So that's going to be a new element for them. How do they interact with the chemistry of the other musicians on the stage with them? I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm really excited to see who rises to that challenge, who builds rapport with the audience, with the band, and ultimately who's going to come away with the crown.
And the crown and the prize. Tell
Yeah.
us a bit about the prize that they win.
Well, so we're really grateful to all the support that we've had from our sponsors, from Heineken, from Air Seychelles, from ABSA, from all of the excellent sponsors that have come in. And the winning act will go to the UK to perform at South by Southwest. They'll also win a cash prize. And it will be all expenses paid when they go to London. South by Southwest London is a really big festival, but it's also a good opportunity to network with people in the music industry and to showcase their talent. Tanya and Isham will also be coming along,
nice.
and they will perform as well. So I think this is an opportunity to put Seychelles on the map and to show the British music industry, which is actually a very global music industry, just what Seychelles can do. So I'm really excited.
And going back to the live final, I mean, it sounds like even if you're not performing in it, it's going to be a great night of music and entertainment, isn't it?
I hope people have already got their tickets because they're selling out really fast. But I think there are still a few available through Tanya Entertainment and through Mosaic. And, you can just check our social media as well through the Great Battle for the Crown. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. So, I think it's going to be a great night because you'll get to see all the performers, not just those who've made it through to the final six, but every single performer will be there from the first episode. So that's going to be exciting. Tanya and Isham are going to be performing. Then there's going to be a party afterwards. There's going to be a DJ. There's going to be a fan zone. So it's going to be, I think, a big night in Seychelles.
And where's it being held?
It's at ICCS.
And tickets, as you said, there's still some tickets
There's
available.
still a few available. The VIP tickets have sold out. They sold out almost instantly. But there's still some really, really great tickets left. And, actually the seating in ICCS is good. So even the normal tickets, you're going to get an amazing view. You're going to have a really good night. There's going to be Heineken on tap. So, I'm looking forward to it.
And do you think after the back of the success of this, is it something that you'll do again?
That's the golden buzzer question, isn't it? I don't know. The response has been really good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there were quite a few people that didn't apply this time that now are regretting it and they would like to put themselves forward and audition. So there's a lot of public demand. We watch this space.
Excellent. Well, we'll be there on Saturday night to follow all the fun.
Yeah.
And good luck to all the contestants as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Inside Seychelles. Inside Seychelles.